Okay, test 1, 2, check 1, 2. All right, I'm Bruce Hill of New Skills, New You, your premier personal and professional development agency. The goal is to change the minds, to change the lives, to change the world. Now, I have made a small misstep of actually running two businesses, but the clarity is why it's been easier than ever for me to find new clients. And that clarity has made it easier for me to manage my day. And that clarity has made it easier than ever to build a team. So what I realized is that I'm passionate about helping people transform their lives through personal and professional development. However, one of my most requested services is sales training. So personal and professional development is here, sales training under here. And I try to make those the same thing, but it's a piece of the same thing. So one of the things I'm really good at is helping you hear yes more often. That's what I do. And how do I do that is through sales strategy, sales tools, and sales training so that your team can get more done in less time, so that your team can have a higher conversion rate. They get right back to hearing yes more often. And then, hey, who should our team even be talking to? That's strategy. How do we triple this? And that's going to be under Sales Made Simple Consulting. That is actually going to own the brand Better Questions, Better Clients. Fourth book, international author, talk to me nice. And so when I realized that under New Skills, New You, under that personal professional development, sales and everything that touches sales, strategy, tools, and trading is a subset. It's a service provided by New Skills, New You. Next to that, I've got shout out to Nishika F. Melton. She helps with productivity and making sure that you're operating at your best and growing your business without burnout. Shout out to Amala Chiapong. This is just the feedback expert. So helping leaders foster conversations effectively around feedback. Shout out to my good friend Tiara, a LinkedIn master. And so those are all going to fall under New Skills, New You. And what I realized, the difficulty I was having in finding ideal client, or those clients finding me, in the title of this YouTube, Why Your Better Questions Are Hiding from You, is because I was trying to do too many things. I was trying to do too many things in too many different categories. I just need to focus on sales development, sales strategy, sales tools, sales training, and let these other areas of personal development be the best of what they do. So I really want to shout out to them. Maybe I'll put some notes. Oh, that's what I'll do. Actually, I'm going to do this right now. You can visit weeklywebinar.info, not .com, weeklywebinar.info for the calendar events. Subscribe to the calendar and stay up to date. November, we're launching the LinkedIn series. We'll have the productivity series. I'm working with Brittany and Alma on a couple additional trainings. And so the goal is I don't do anything, but you've got a one-stop shop for everything personal and professional development for your leaders, for your customer-facing teams, and more. So what I realized, and this is where the teacher learns the most, the struggle I was having was not in the value I was providing, not in the quality of service I'm providing. Listen, I'm a much better trainer than I am videographer. I keep it real simple. I got a 1080p camera. Got this headset my brother gave me. Shout out to my little bro. And I rock and roll. We just do it live, right? No editing, no captions. Maybe I should do those things. Maybe. Um, my biggest thing is consistency. So that's where I realized that clarity. I understand like what was missing, what was difficult for my customers to find me is the consistency of the messaging. So there's clarity and then there's consistency. Clarity is understanding how to explain something in a simple way. Consistency is saying that same way every time. So you'll hear me say, one new skill will change your life. You'll hear me say, uh, I make sales simple. You'll hear me say, I help you hear yes more often. That's one of my favorites. Without sounding salesy. about being your authentic self. You hear me say better questions, better clients. You'll hear me say new skills, new you. And there's all these catchphrases, which is great. Like I love a good catchphrase. But imagine if you changed what page of the phone book your business is on every week, right? For what if you change your TikTok handle every week? So every time someone typed in your name to come find you, they couldn't. Someone say, hey, go follow New Skills, New You, but it changed to made sales simple. It changed to hear yes more often. And they couldn't find you. So, well, oh, Bruce, they follow you. Well, they follow hundreds of people. But when they're looking for you, when they want to type in your name, it should just be able to type in a few letters and you pop up, but you change the name so they can't find you. You change what you do so they can't find you. You change the explanation so they can't find you. They change your hashtag so they can't find you. And so what I realized, maybe I need to rename it. Your better clients aren't hiding from you. They can't find you. You're difficult to find. And that's not about running ads. It's not about indexing AI. We'll get to all that. It's about being easy to find. So one of the big, so here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. So clarity is the first one. Consistency is the second one. The third is confidence. So when you speak clearly, right, I explain what I do simply. You're consistently having the same message over and over again. You can be more confident in how you talk to people. You can be more confident in the promise that you offer to deliver. You can be more confident in getting them results. And so your conversation sounds different. One of my favorite conversations. I said, hey, if you want this, this is what you need to do. And it wasn't even a sales pitch. I was talking to a gentleman and he was like, I want to be a remote closer. Um, his price was $1,000. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I can't pay you and cover the cost of running a business at $1,000. Your commission should be $1,000. I said, if it's less than 2,500, you really need to have a one-click checkout. Klarna Afterpay, let them break it up if they need to, give them a pay in full bonus. You really shouldn't have to get on a call for someone for $2,500 or less. Maybe a webinar, maybe a challenge to lead them say, hey, here's what working with me is like. That's why I do these lives every week. And this is about consistency. And this is about making an easy decision for you to say, hey, do I need to work with Bruce? I'm going to give you a couple of customer case studies where people found out, hey, this is the person I should work with. So now he's raised his prices, and it's that simple. I had a call with him today and said, okay, here's how we're going to find people that are willing to pay that price. So we're working on outreach strategy. So, right, this is sales strategy. Once the strategy is down, we're going to set up the tools. Once the tools are down, we're going to do the training, and I do ongoing support. So as you get feedback real time from clients, future clients, we can review those calls. We can make those tweaks and adjustments. We can look over your metrics. Hey, I called 100 people, 20 of them answered, 2 of them went to the calendar. Okay, how do we get that 2 to 4? Right? And then how do we get those 20 to answer to 40? Do we need to change what time? Do we need to change our phone number? We need to register with CNAP. Like, what do we need to do? So that's where the strategy comes in. And I moved away from training and coaching to, let's say, consultation. That's a big picture thinking. Yeah, I love training. And sometimes, like, look, Bruce, you got 5 folks that aren't closing. They need training. But a lot of times, before you hire those 5 people, we need a strategy. And before you hire those 5 people, we need the right tools so that they're successful. And keeping that as cost effective as possible. Think where you really quickly can default to just spending money and say, oh, what do they tell you? You got to make money. Are you going to spend money to make money? I don't believe that's true. You need clarity to make money. I think you can use money to make money faster. You need clarity, consistency, and confidence. I've sold pre-sold too many items. Say, hey, this isn't ready yet, but you can secure your name on the list. And that's huge. That's huge. So it doesn't take money to make money. It does take money to make money faster. And that's where I come in. I'm a multiplier. We're going to accelerate. How do we help you hear yes more often? Right? The same amount of time, but more yes, less effort. And it's through sales strategies, through sales tools, and sales training. The training is last. Most people don't need sales training. They need the tools. So here's the story. I was talking to a young lady. I was at a conference and make my introduction. Hey, I'm Bruce Hill. I make sales simple. She's, oh, can you help me? I said, what do you do? So she's a speaker and she has a coaching program. Perfect. I love professional service businesses, speakers, coaches, consultants. I work with book publisher, realtors, commercial real estate. That was a really good project. SaaS startup. That was a great project. And insurance services, financial services. It's a professional service business. If you sell something that's intangible, something that they don't touch necessarily, that's stuck. So I said, okay, where's your last client come from? She said, well, I did a talk at my church. I was like, when is the talk at the church? It's in March, maybe May. And well, when did the client close? She said, August. I said, have you had any other clients since then? She said, no. I said, okay, well, here's what I recommend. I'm moving this to group, but right now, through the end of the year, we'll do some one-on-ones. It's a 6-week program called My Better Questions Framework. And we'll go over people, promise, process, and pricing. Yeah, everything outlined right here. But just customize it for your business. So if you're a self-starter, grab the book, read it, implement it, done. If you're like, hey, I need some clarity here. I need some help being consistent. I need some help with the confidence. Let's talk. If you're watching this in 2025, there should still be some one-on-one spots available. But if it's past that, it's group, or I might make an additional course. So action takers are money makers, and success loves speed. So I said, well, listen, over the 6 weeks, the goal is to get you just one new client using the method, and you can repeat it as many times as you want. And she was like, well, she said, I don't know if that's really worth one new client. So, well, how much is the client worth to you? She says, $3,000. So, okay, well, the cost of the program is less than that. So that's 100% ROI. Or, I work with you until you see positive ROI. She's like, well, I already know how to do that. I said, okay. If you do know how to do that, we have to ask the question, why are you not doing it? But I have confidence if you truly knew how to get clients on purpose, then your last client wouldn't have been from something you did in March, and this is October. Now, she did not sign up. I'll follow up with her. One of my favorites, oh, that reminds me. My favorite SOPs, I wonder if I still have this, is what to do when they say no. It's one of my favorite trainings because everybody's like, oh, here's how you say yes, here's how you close the deal, persuasion, overcoming objections. Sometimes they're just not going to say yes for whatever reason. Many times it's not even your fault. What do you do when they say no? So that's one of the things we covered in the 6 weeks. Make a digital course for it one of these days. Because 6 weeks is just enough time to make a lasting impact in your business. I don't want a quick spike and it goes right back to where it was when you start working with me. We want to build in a strategy, give you the tools, and train you how to duplicate, how to get clients on purpose. One of the ways I do that is I love LinkedIn and I love in-person conferences. That's what works for Bruce. I'm not going to teach you to run ads. We're not going to do SEO. All those things work, but it really comes down to clarity. And that's where better questions creates better clients is asking, who can we serve with excellence? And then we can run ads. Then you can go, and I've got a great guy that does ads for us. Then you can build a YouTube channel. Then you can do LinkedIn outreach. I've got great automations for LinkedIn, right? But none of that matters. None of those tools matters if you don't have a strategy. I can't train you if we don't have the tools. We can't give you tools if you don't have the strategy. So that was really good feedback for me to be able to look in our eyes and say, hey, I confidently you can duplicate getting new clients if you follow these steps. Because I follow steps and that's how I get clients. But I can't do it for you. I can't force you to do it. I can't convince you to do it. that was a really good lesson for me. Like, what language do I need to change? Do you need to update? I love that. Get some new clients on purpose. Right? Are you tired of waiting for referrals? Are you tired of accidentally getting new clients? Are you tired of your warm network being the only place you get clients? If you want to get some clients on purpose, here's how we're going to do it. Simple. Simple. Whether it's LinkedIn, it's in person, it's email. Careful with text messaging. There's rules around that. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter. Better Questions Framework is designed to help you be yourself, just the version of you that hears yes more often. So now I'm better prepared to explain what I do, how I do it, why it matters, why you should sign up, because of the interaction I wasn't planning on. Now let's go back to my guy who's charging $1,000. He and I had a conversation like, where is the person you want to serve? Who's easy to find? So we came up with a list, 3 categories of people who's easy to find. And then I said, how are we going to reach out to them? So we're going to do calls and emails. So, okay, great. And then I said, what are we going to offer them? I said, well, we're going to help them. We're going to get them this, this, and this. I said, okay, what happens when they say yes? They're going to see this, this, this happen to their business. And we walked them through the Better Questions Framework step by step, 15-minute call. And we'll see if he's an action taker. I'm actually looking forward to working with him if he's an action taker, where I can multiply. I'm starting, this was my area to be a better leader, to level up my skills as a big picture thinker, as a people leader, so that everyone can win, so everyone gets better. So I'm really excited about that. And so what I realized that I'm already serving my clients, they just couldn't recognize how I was serving them. The language I was using, how I was showing up didn't make sense. So what's going to happen is New Skills, New You is going to it's going to see a bigger distinction between the Sales Made Simple and the Better Questions brands. I don't know how that's going to look. I think I got a call with a marketing expert tomorrow. But the goal is very simply to make it easy for your ideal client, your dream client, to find you, to make it really easy when they see you to identify that you're the one that they should work with. And when they are thinking about a solution, whether you reach out to them or reach out to you, the choice is clear that you're the best option. So that's what I do. So my name is Bruce Hill, founder of New Skills, New You, boutique professional and personal development agency, and coach for the Sales Made Simple and Better Questions framework. Man, listen, I still got work to do on my clarity. But as I grow, I'll share with you, and I want you to grow as well. Until next time, cheers to your success. And remember, one new skill